All right. Hey everybody, this is Keish. We're sitting with the Smiths, and we have our lovely Ashley, the creator of Black Girls Interrupted. I want to sit with the Smiths. I normally have my husband here today, but we're gonna just keep it between us two women. Okay, Ashley. So this my girl. How you doing today? Or
Hey girl, I am good. How are you? Thank you
I'm
for having me on the show tonight. I'm so excited.
no problem, baby. This is what we here for. This is what we do. So we here to talk about your group, your movement that you have coming up, Black Girl Interrupted. Can you tell us something about that?
Oh, so you want to know about Black Girl Interrupted?
I
Okay, well, we
do.
can talk about it.
What is Black
What
Girl?
Black Girl Interrupted is, it's a podcast that I literally have been sitting on for maybe 2 or 3 years. And I'm ready to bring it to the forefront. The premise of Black Girl Interrupted is we have interruptions in our life as Black women. You know, we were born queens, yet we're not being respected as queens. And it's time for me to bring that back. It's time for me to put that back on the forefront. It's time for us as Black women, Black girls, to adjust our crowns. I mean, the pavement. I'm sorry, the movement has been paved by Cicely Tyson, Maya Angelou, Harriet Tubman. So I really want to bring that back into the Black girl community. That's
Right.
that's the premise. We go through daily interruptions and we're tired of being interrupted. We're tired. So now it's time to put a halt to those interruptions. And it's time for us to make that move. It's time for us to move that mountain out the way. It's time for us to get over that hurdle. That's what Black Girl Interrupted is.
Right. So I like that. It's like women empowerment. So
Absolutely.
women empowerment on steroids because we are the most disrespected women of color, like just women of color, period. So yes, I can definitely get behind that movement and I would love it. So, what makes a Black girl interrupted? Like, what's the interruption for Black women?
The interruptions that we have in life range from relationships to sex to love. And to jump back, when I say relationships, the mother daughter relationships, our relationships have, our relationships are not, no relationship is perfect.
Right.
Let me just start off by saying that. But the bond between the mother and daughter is broken. And that's simply because we've been conditioned to do and act a certain way. When it comes to sex, you know, we're not open when it comes to sex. We're afraid to tell our partner what we like and what we don't like. Mental illness, our mental wealth being, I'm sorry, our mental health being, that interrupts us daily. We suffer from depression. We suffer from anxiety, bipolar, you know. Also, I mean, another thing that like we really just um oh God, I'm really just trying to get everything together. Um, Self-esteem.
Right.
That's
Oh,
the
that's
biggest interruption in a Black woman's life. We still, in present time, still deal with the light skin versus dark skin. Oh, you're not pretty if you're dark skin. Oh, yeah, you're pretty for a dark skin girl. We need to change that perception. I want to change that perception of us being angry, us being bitter. Those are the daily interruptions that we go through. You know what I'm saying? So my hope, again, what Black Girl Interrupted is about is to help overcome those interruptions that we face in life.
right. And you know what? I just feel like as Black women, our depression and anxiety is very much undermined. Like nobody takes that serious. And I believe postpartum depression is real and we have nobody to talk to. Like if we go to somebody and talk to them about these things, then here we are. Oh, you okay, girl. You know this is just pushed to the back until something tragic happens and nobody don't know or they claim that they know when that person actually tried to come talk to you, then boom, here you are, you're crying or you had no idea. So I like that this is becoming a platform where you could speak, Black women of color could have someone to speak to. when they need that. So that's good. So let me ask you this:
Hmm.
what do you hope to accomplish from that?
If I could just touch one person, one woman, one girl, I've made a difference. I want to be the voice for the woman that is afraid to speak. This my whole accomplishment is gonna be not only therapeutic for me, but for another woman that's going through the interruptions as well. I mean, I have so many topics that we're going to be discussing that I've gone through, that I'm going through, and I'm hoping to get through. You know, I'm a domestic abuse survivor. I suffered, postpartum depression when I had my son. I was just like, I didn't know what to do. I've been depressed. I've attempted suicide twice. These are interruptions. I've dealt with body image. My body doesn't look good enough, or I don't look like this lady that I see on TV. Really, it's more real life versus reality.
Right.
I deal with the everyday struggles of being a single mother. I deal with being having a broken relationship with my mom. So I hope to accomplish that I could be the speaker for someone that's afraid to talk, or make it a safe place for a woman to be able to say, man, she's going through what I'm going through. I can relate to her and open up and share your story. We want to know. We're here to help. Again, um, what made me, oh, I see a question popped up. What made me start Black Girl Interrupted? Black Girl Interrupted comes from a place of pain. Um, Again, to go back, I'm a domestic abuse survivor. No, it wasn't easy for me to leave that relationship, but it took for him to almost kill me for me to go. Depression, I suffered through it. I still battle it from time to time. I'm not suicidal, but I do fall into those black holes. Um, it's a therapy for me because again, I've been conditioned to pray it away or talk to God. And by no means do I not believe in God, because I absolutely do. But
Right.
sometimes praying is just not always enough. You need someone to talk to without judgment. And that's why I mean Black Girls Interrupted. I want it to be a safe place where you're not judged for what you're going through in life, because there's another woman out here that's going through what you're going through. You
Right.
just don't want to talk about it, because we as Black women, we're the most judgmental people ever. And we need to stop that.
And like it's, scrolling on Facebook, I see so many posts about, stories of women who were abused to the point where it took them to damn near lose an eye, or, just near that. And some women have been killed by the hand of their abusers.
Yeah.
And to see that, it kind of like strike that, like, wow, like what makes a woman to want to stay? And it's easier said than done to just get up and leave. But to see a lot of women and they're like, because I love him and stuff like that. Like I said, I've never been through that, but I see a lot of women, and a lot of them are, that's their response, when we know maybe it's just fear, and maybe it's just because they don't have anyone to talk to be like, okay, you gotta leave, or stuff like that. So I look at that and I'm like, wow, like, oh my gosh.
And I've seen it now. Domestic violence has really increased now due to the pandemic. I'm not saying it hasn't always existed, but it's
Right.
really increased because couples are now being forced to stay in the house together. So things have changed. And, just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, I've seen posts on Facebook where I've seen people say, I need help.
Right.
And we just scroll on by. Oh, she'll be all right. Oh, she's doing that for attention, instead of actually reaching out to that person and saying, what's going on? A simple hello, a simple I love you, a simple you're worthy, you're you know could change a whole person's day. And we don't do that enough. So it's time for us to start celebrating Black women. We need to
Yeah.
start celebrating us. And again, that's the premise of Black Girl Interrupted. We need to start celebrating. We need to start knowing, girl, I am I'm the
The
shit,
shit.
girl. You know, I'm worthy. I'm somebody. I'm loved. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm a aunt. I'm a niece. And first and last and foremost, I'm a friend. And we don't do that. We don't bond. We
and,
don't.
and not only that, and as women, ain't nothing wrong with giving other women compliments or celebrating another woman. It's just these days, our generation has this thing where, okay, she can't look better than me, when it's not the case. Ain't nothing wrong with that, because I love to see, I'm like, oh, she's cute. Oh, she's bad. Stuff like that. Nothing wrong with celebrating women. Women, it's not a crime. It is not a crime to do that. So that's another thing, we have to uplift each other. So yeah, the whole platform you have going is so good, because like I said, women need somebody to talk to. Depression does not have an age. Anxiety does not have an age. It doesn't matter who you are. If you feel like you can talk to nobody, come to Black Girls Interrupted.
Mhm.
Come on in. So that will be a good platform for that. So, how do you feel about the whole? Okay, so I wish I had the post up. So there was this post where lady, she was making statuses, right? She was
Okay.
making statuses about her relationship and what was going on. So, are there signals for cry for help, like when you need somebody to talk with? Because some people don't even like you reaching out to them, because they feel like ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. So is there signals you should look for as far as like cry for help?
Absolutely. When I was, and this was long before social media got big, my situation occurred in 1999. Um, I would reach out to friends. Hey girl, you want to come get me? Can we hang out? That was one of my cries for help. Because I was afraid to go tell my mom.
Right.
The reason I was afraid to tell my mom is because I didn't want to hear that I told you so. But there are a lot of signs. Pay attention to what people post. The ones that post, and I see this all the time, the ones that post, oh, it's not in reference to me, or I'm just speaking in general, that's a sign. That's a cry for help. They won't help. They want somebody to reach out to them and say, girl, are you okay? Call me if you need me. Even if you call them through Facebook,
Right.
call them, because that is a cry for help. Because no one's gonna actually get on social media and say, I'm in a domestic violence relationship, can you help me? Nobody's gonna put that out there. If you're in an abusive relationship, are you gonna put that on Facebook? No, you're not gonna put it out there.
Because that's gonna make that person angry and then want to attack you, and possibly won't even get the chance to even cry out for help. So women,
Another
please, if you're suffering from domestic abuse, please reach out to someone, anyone, you know. And like I said, I wish I can do the videos, because I seen another video. The lady took her dog to the vet. She was being abused. Yep, she signaled the front desk. You know what video I'm referencing to?
Yes, and she wrote a letter.
Yeah, to help. Like, and I didn't even know Quick Trip was a safe haven for, I guess, anybody was that.
Pizza places. If you
Yeah,
call, one of the things that you could do um when you call 911, pretend like you're ordering a pizza. That's another code for letting someone know, hey, I'm in a situation, I need help. I need a large 3-topping pizza, thin crust, or hand tossed, a pan, or the address is so and so and so and so. Those are codes when you call 911.
So that leads me to talk about relationships because some relationships can really be mentally draining, and to try to like make this person happy with some reason, they're never satisfied.
Hmm.
So what can women in particular do or say like nobody to talk to again? A lot of women come to you about problems with their relationship, but it's never something like, oh, girl, he liked this girl on Instagram and stuff like that, whatever. But there are some relationships you're mentally abused, it's mentally draining, and then you have to constantly put up with infidelity, lies, and stuff like that that leads to these things that drain again mentally, depression, anxiety, relationships like that.
But self-esteem, excuse me, self-esteem is why we stay in these toxic relationships. And the reason I say toxic, because they're very toxic. Self-esteem, because you feel like you're not pretty enough to get the man you really want. So you settle with the man you got. You try to make it work with the man you got. Even though you know the relationship is not going anywhere, he's cheated on you, he may have had a baby on you, whatever. But we stay because not only self-esteem, but fear. We're afraid to be alone. And you know why we're afraid to be alone? Because we haven't taken the time to get to know ourselves
Ooh,
and
yeah,
what we like and what we dislike.
yeah,
So we have to first learn to be alone with ourselves before we could love somebody else. Because if you don't love you, how you gonna love somebody else?
that's
In the relationships that I've been in, yeah, they were heartbreaking, they were toxic, but that comes from issues that I hadn't dealt with, issues that I had swept under the rug simply because I didn't have nobody to talk to,
right.
because I didn't want to be judged. Because the first thing, and this is, and all women are guilty, but Black women especially, is if I share something with you about my personal life, the moment you get mad at me, you're telling somebody else, girl, did you know Ashley? Girl, she cut
Right.
her lights off. And instead of being solving the problem, you create a bigger problem for the person, because see, now you got 20 people looking at her crazy that know her business. Oh, what do I think
That's
of
a
the
good
mental
question.
state of mind of a Black woman? Oh my goodness. Ooh, that baby, when I tell you,
They already think we angry.
they think we're angry, they think we're bitter. And the reason that is because how we're portrayed on TV, how we're portrayed on social media, the videos that they share on social media. They never show us walking across a stage. They never show us getting a promotion at a job, but yet you want to show me pulling up at a service station and I'm snatching a girl out the car because I'm fighting over, because I didn't call my baby daddy with this girl. I think the mental state of a Black woman is horrible now. Mentally horrible. We have literally been destroyed, not only by Black men, but by ourselves. We tear our own selves down. We tear other Black women down. We are Black women. We are our own worst enemy,
Oh, girl, yeah.
and we got to stop that. We got to stop that. Stop tearing another woman down because you're miserable. Stop tearing another Black woman down because your relationship didn't work out or your marriage ended in divorce. Stop it. Because that's why we're disrespected. Because mentally, We're all over the place.
And do you think it has something to do with the perception of reality TV? Because I see some girls out here that looks like are trying to look like these celebs. And it's like, what are you doing? You put so much time and effort into that one thing, but not once did you think about, okay, let me use this time and effort to put into business, branding and stuff like that. No.
You want to know why? Because we don't support each other.
Mm.
There's no support in the Black community, especially Black women, because we don't want to see another Black woman doing better than us. So guess what? I'm gonna tear you down because me and you had a falling out. So guess what? I'm gonna go tell everybody, oh, don't go shop with her. Girl, she blah blah blah. And this is a personal thing. This is not even a business issue. But we do that. The moment we fall out, we ready to tear that person down. That's like if me and you fall out. I'm not gonna tell nobody, I'm not gonna tell anybody not to shop with you. I just probably won't deal with you anymore, but I'm still gonna support you. That's just me. I'm still gonna support you. But I mean, our mental state, the perception of us, look at these movies they make about us. I mean, there are some good movies where we're, shined in a good light, but for the most part, some of them we're angry. We have 4 or 5 kids. We bitter baby mamas.
Ugh.
When really in actuality, we're not bitter. A lot of this comes from pain that we've been taught, that we've been conditioned to suppress. You know what I'm saying? We've been told, don't tell nobody what goes on in this house. That's what we've been conditioned. So no, we're not gonna go and we're not gonna talk to our best home girl because we feel like you you can't relate to what I'm going on. But sometimes it's not even about you relating to what I'm going through, but just being that shoulder, just somebody that I could talk to, other than writing in a journal all day, other than picking up my Bible all day. I sit and I pray, I write in my journal, but that's still not enough. That still didn't stop me from attempting suicide twice
Right. Ain't nothing
because
wrong
I
with
didn't have that person.
right. Because sometimes, yeah, you always supposed to give it to the Lord, yeah, but at the same time, you still need somebody to talk to because I would like a response. Sometimes I go to people actually for advice and I get a response. No, it's not what I want to hear sometimes it just be like, I don't know. I don't know about that, but nothing is wrong with that. And like I said, it's very good to open this platform. And a lot of people need to feel secure either way, if just talking to your friends or a stranger. Like, okay, you can talk to me. But see, a lot of black women probably don't feel comfortable talking to people like what you said. They probably go out there and air their business out. I can't trust you because how this person know and I only told you.
But we got to that's what I mean when I say we got to bring that Black girl sister circle back into formation. We gotta bring that back because we've separated ourselves from each other, and we
Yep.
gotta bring it back. We've got to be right now. We've toppled down to the bottom of the totem pole, and it seems like every time we get back to the top, we fall back down again. But this time we need to take our positions. We need to get into formation and get back at the top where we belong. It's time for us to fix those crowns and walk like a queen. You want to be respected. You got to give somebody something to respect. We're more than just, and I love this. I want to say that was Maya Angelou that said it. We're more than our thick hips and thick lips.
Hmm.
But that's what we put out for people because we feel like that's what is going to attract the man. Or it's going to attract the man, but not the right man, not the man that's going to make you a wife. So we got to bring that sister circle back. We got to bring it back. We got to be able to say, you know what, sis? I don't know what you're going through, but I love you. I'm here if you need me. Even if it's just a simple text every day. Have a good day, sis. That would change a person's day. I don't know what kind of day you had today, Keish, but I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm sorry. You know I'm a big old crybaby. You know I try not to get emotional, but when I start talking about my black women, I get so sad because I see what we've been doubled down to. You know, I see exactly what we've been doubled down to. And it's time for us to bring it back. We got to change it. And it's going to take more than just me. I mean, you, everybody else. You know, so that's what we got to do. Oh, sis, did you get disconnected? Oh, I'm still on. But anyway, I don't know what to talk about, but we gonna make it do what it do. Hopefully my sister come back and join us. But again, you know, to keep speaking about Black Girl Interrupted, but that's the premise. I mean, if I could just, like I say, touch one person, one woman, one girl, and change it, you know, and just let it go like a domino effect. Um, I definitely want to be that voice, you know, when women don't have anybody to talk to, when you feel like you have no one else to turn to, call me, send me a message. Ashley, I'm having a date, and let me send you something positive. You know, whether it's me telling you I love you, I'm proud of you. Keep going. You got this. Keep your head up. You know, that's what I want to do. Definitely want to do that. I don't know where my sister went, but we just gonna keep it rolling. Um, I don't know where she went. Let's see, sis.